How's it going? Hope everyone's having a good day. Feeling blessed. Been able to enjoy some nice weather, get outside, get some fresh air. I am solely known and we are balanced within. Let's just get into the card shuffle here. See what's going on for the collective today. See what's going on for the collective. Alright. Let's get one more decent shuffle. Alright. Alrighty, Spirit. What is the main energetic focus of the healing for the collective at the present time? Coming out with the burden card started off. Number 10. So I feel like it's coming to the end of some burdens for people out there. What is the main energetic focus of the healing for the collective? That's always good to see. You got 44 with the home card. Alright, what is the main energetic focus? The healing for the collective. Got 35 with the inner journey card. What is the main energetic focus of the healing for the collective at this time, please, Spirit? Spirit, what is the main energetic focus of the healing for the collective at this time, please, Spirit? We got 13 with the abundance card. What is the main energetic focus of the healing for the collective at this time? Take all this. Yes. Got 37 with the emotional release card. Then we've got the 30 card with divine timing. And last one. What is the main energetic focus of the healing for the collective at this time, please, Spirit? One more time. One more time. This is the main energetic focus. Got number 33, integration. So right off the bat, I'm feeling like this is definitely, again, people coming to the end of a hermit mode in the sense, with this burden card, and the number 10 being out there. This is the end of the cycles, really, before you start a new one. And so coming out with that card to start us off, and then ending with the 30 integration card, or divine timing, and 33 integration. This is it feels pretty straightforward. Like, it feels like this has just been a time of inner journey for people, especially could be centering around the home for some, but even more so if it's not just around the home, like your current living circumstances. I'm seeing this as an inner journey. Like, this is finding the home within. This is going through that dark night, and then, like, it's like a little path here. So it's like, out of all the twists and turns and everything and all the dead ends, eventually the path leads to home, the path to home within. And then with that comes the illumination of the knowledge, the wisdom, the things that we have learned about ourselves, that one takes the knowledge that comes after the dark night of the soul. And it looks like all outside of the picture with the home, it is root chakra color energy with blue feathers, and then you have more throat chakra energy with the sun over top of that. So with this inner journey to home, and this, I'm really seeing it as like a hermit mode. So this could be addressing also like anything that might be causing one to feel burdened in any way. But with that inner journey to home, I'm seeing like becoming one or more grounded in one's truth, receiving more grounded communication from your ancestors, your angels, your descendants, your spiritual guides that you work with the feathers. Like I look at feathers as a as communication from spirit, from the higher realms, from your ancestors. And I'm seeing that some of you could be getting an abundance of communication from your spiritual team through this hermit mode that you've been in, if you've been in one. Also, I want to say like when I say like what I'm seeing, like I'm not clairvoyant in the sense where like I see like things in front of my eyeballs and like the way some people are able to, where they're able to see the spirits and what they're communicating with directly. Like when I say what I'm seeing, I'm reading the energy of the cards. Like I'm looking at the pictures of the card. I'm intuitively feeling into the messages that I'm receiving from the cards. And from what I feel inside, that comes up and arises. So when I say I see something, I'm just intuitively, I guess you could say, but that's more feeling again. But I'm seeing the energy of the card and then delivering what I see based on the energy of the card. So I should say what I feel more so than what I see, but it's a mixture of my feelings and what I'm seeing from the cards, because I can just feel things and get messages and deliver in that like manner, but it's not as common for me to do that. And I don't know, I just felt like touching on that real quick and explain that a little bit. But that's what I mean when I say what I'm seeing, what I'm picking up on. um, but anyways, so I'm getting that there could be a lot of communication, like an abundance of communication that people have been receiving from their ancestral team, from their spirit guides. Regardless, this inner journey, like all the paths lead to the center, and through the center, through the soul is where you find the abundance within, that wealth of emotional abundance, of physical, financial abundance as well, like being able to create all forms of abundance from a way that is more in alignment with one's soul. Like even the pinnacles are lined up in alignment with the bamboo, which is also lined up. Like this is creating abundance from a better place of alignment energetically. I think like I'm feeling like that's what people are creating right now for themselves, which is great to see. And it's coming through emotional release as well, by addressing the things that are lying beneath the surface but that are ready to be healed, released, let go, those burdens that are keeping you in repeating cycles with the border around the ant, that may be keeping one from really truly tapping into that crown chakra divine energy. But even with this emotional release here, there's a lot of third eye chakra energy here. So I'm feeling like you might be seeing more clearly things that might be holding you back in your own physical life, like not just from a spiritual emotional standpoint, but but getting signs and synchronicities from your spirit guides around you, giving you like pointers as to in the physical world what may be burdens that you can release that maybe have been ignored or gone unnoticed, but that are being pointed out to you if you're tapped in, if you're paying attention to the communication you receive from the universe, from your spirit team, and just the world around you. And then with the 10 for the burden being the cycle coming to an end, and then the 37 on emotional release breaking down to a 10 as well. Again, I'm seeing this as and feeling this is really people stepping out of that hermit mode a little more after doing the inner work. Either that or going into hermit mode to take that inner journey to really find a better center of home within, to create, or just to be able to create in general from a better place of alignment within. Again, with that 13 abundance card, being more grounded within one center. See, this burden card just flew over here, so I get people are really doing the work to release the burdens and emotional traumas or things like that that might be holding one back in any way from feeling that alignment. And that's great to see. I like the way that just kind of took itself off the board. Like, no more burdens. Like, that's phenomenal. And it's all happening in divine timing. Like with the inner journey happening for some people, and that releasing of burdens and just old cycles and things that might be weighing one down. It's helping one to see eye to eye with themselves better, and to receive clearer communication from their higher guides, or from their spirit team, from your angels, whoever it is you work with. Like, I've said it before in another video, but I see this, like, I know it's supposed to be bird feet, but I see that as like the Alga's rune, which is for protection and like guardianship. And so I see that as coming more into like in alignment, but seeing eye to eye and on the same page, in a better frequency and vibration of alignment. This burden card just keeps blowing away. Like, all the other cards are sitting here, but this burdens card just keeps flipping over and away. So I feel like this is really good sign for people. But it's all happening in divine timing. Again, as I'm holding this card and talking about it, from that inner journey, though, from I'm gonna just leave it over there. It keeps blowing away, so we're gonna let it blow away. No more burdens. That's what I'm seeing for the collective. Hopefully, for the people who are doing the work, like, that is dropping and releasing one's own limiting burdens or self-limiting doubts, beliefs, whatever it is. Like, I like that sign right there. But yeah, this is all happening in divine timing. Like, this is coming because the inner work, the inner journey to become more centered and grounded within oneself, to walk that winding path to get back to home, to become one, or to become more aligned with your guides, your guidance, to really stand in one's truth with the wisdom and knowledge that they've gained from within, to be more authentically oneself. And again, with like, this is more throat chakra color, so this is again through the dark night, finding that light to stand in one's truth. I'm seeing it as, and really blossoming within it, with these vines and leaves underneath here having more green and blue throat chakra and heart chakra energy. So I'm seeing this as like people have really been doing the work to tap into that heart chakra, to open up, to release the emotional baggage that needs to be released, to let go of those burdens, to really tap into oneself, to integrate to finish shedding the layers of what no longer serves with this snake energy here. Well, in the process of that, becoming more grounded in one sense of who they are, like, and their connection with their guides. Yeah, with this ocean water here in the moon, like this is a lot of, and even the dark night sky, which is a lot of feminine energy. This is just a lot of integration and connection with one's feminine energy. And I'm seeing that whether you're male, female, masculine, or feminine, just tapping more into and balancing that feminine energy in general. Knowing that there's guidance from within throughout this whole process with the stars in the sky. Master number 33. This is like really coming into a centered sense of home, of stability within. This is taking the multiple dark nights of the soul, multiple inner workings, like just traveling the different paths of self to, again, fully integrate with the center within. Like, I'm feeling like there's people at different levels, definitely, who are maybe tapped into this. So if you're at the beginning stages of this, where you're going into hermit mode and you're starting to do the work to find a better sense of balance within, like, just listening to what I just said, like, it's not gonna be easy, but if you're approaching it with the right mindset, it doesn't have to be as hard as it seems. Like when we all hear people talk about dark nights of the soul and doing the work to fix oneself. Not even, I don't want to say fix oneself, because I don't like to look at any of us as broken. Like, yeah, there's things we can improve on and we can grow within ourselves, but that, I don't feel like we hinder ourselves when we look at ourselves or call something broken. That's not to say like situations in life don't happen where it doesn't feel like, where it does or doesn't feel like we got broken down in a sense, and like that's necessary at times to help us become stronger, to grow. But I don't want to say like broken, but if you're starting the process to do the dark night of the soul, to really go within, to address one's shadow, to find balance, find that peace within, just know that everything happens in divine timing. It's a journey of many twists and turns, many paths that have to be taken, that all lead back to center and to one. But it's not something to be afraid of. Like, there is so much healing and so much beauty in the process of it, of finding and returning more and more home to oneself within. Like, it is the feeling of integration, of having that more stable center of balance within, that even if things around you in the world may seem more unstable. Like you're not as shaken up by it because you are comfortable and centered within, which as above, so below, as within, as without, so the universe, so the soul. If you are stable within, then you can handle better situations around you outside of your control because you are in control of yourself internally, and you'll naturally find yourself more harmonized with the world around you the more harmonized you are within, despite what the situations around you look like. Just know if you're starting to do the work, the shadow work, the healing journey itself in general, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like that's I can't tell you what it'll look like. I can't tell you how easy, hard, or stressful it'll be at times, but I can tell you it's worth it to release like things holding you back from yourself, from getting out of your own way. Like it's worth it. Yourself will thank you. Um, I think pick it up just so I don't lose it altogether. But this burden card is just off the table. So for the people who are doing the work to and who resonate with this reading, or are starting the journey to do the work to release emotional traumas and stuff, just know that the more you go through the process, the more these burdens are releasing, the more those self-limiting, imposing walls like that we build around ourselves like are just leaving. You're emotionally releasing them. The more you do the work, the more you release, the better things get internally. Like the more stabilized you can be throughout any situation. It's like I think it was a I don't want to misquote it, but I think it's a Tao Te Ching um, story, but it's about this farmer who his mindset basically is just whatever happens, okay. Like I'm neither happy about it, I'm neither sad about it, but I'm just harmonized and balanced throughout anything. And so it was like I don't remember the full story, but his uh his horse ran away, and the farmers were like, "Oh my gosh, your horse ran away! Like this is awful for you." He was like, "Well, maybe I don't know, like, but I'm dealing with it." And the horse came back, and it brought like a whole bunch of other horses with it. And and then the farmers were like, "Oh, you must be so happy." And he was like, "Well, I don't know, maybe like it is what it is, basically." And then his son ended up getting hurt, and the people were like, "Oh, you must be so upset about what's happening." He's like, "Well, I don't know, maybe like just basically like it is what it is. It's out of his control." And then there ended up being like a battle or a war or something, and his son wasn't able to fight. And they were like, "Oh, you must be so happy." And he was like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe." Basically, the moral of the story is it's just being balanced and centered through anything. It doesn't matter if a certain situation may seem bad or good to other people outside of you. Like if you're balanced within throughout whatever's going on around you, you're just balanced. Like you can take any situation in stride. You can assess the situation, you can respond accordingly, you can keep moving forward, or just observing the situation, whatever it is. It's like you are balanced within, so it doesn't matter what's going on around you. It won't impact your internal stability. But all right, we're gonna get into the transformation arc now. Alrighty. Shuffle. Might have to put the burden card back up there once I get all these out, just so I can make sure I'm getting all the information and storylines I need to be able to feel into and energetically seeing the cards. And you may be watching. Spirit, what is the main energetic focus of the transformation for the collective at this time? Starting off, we have the forgiveness card. Alright, Spirit, what is the main energetic focus of the transformation for the collective at this time? We've got discovery. Not that one, let's see. And then we've got the Ascent card. Great to see that. I'll try and get it clear. There we go. Alright, what is the main energetic focus of the transformation for the collective at this time? Connection. Card 9. So we have 3 9s out here. 999. It's the main energetic focus of the transformation for the collective at this time. We got the receptivity card. Main energetic focus of the transformation for the collective at this time. We've got the Descent card in reverse. Okay. I like that. What is the main energetic focus of the transformation? And then we have the Immigration card. Again, I like the way it picks up off the healing oracle. So the forgiveness card coming off to start us out. I feel like this is tied in with the hermit mode and with the inner journey and the finding of a better sense of balance of home within oneself. But this is doing the necessary forgiveness for oneself internally to release those traumas and burdens of things that might be holding oneself back from continuing to make progress within oneself. Like, this is allowing oneself to feel whatever emotions might be tied into holding oneself back from just moving along their path, from making this discovery and connection to, I don't know if you can see it well, but she's looking down at an ancestor. So to your guides, to your communication, to your spirit team, to God, to the universe, to whatever it is you believe in, like, this is releasing those self-imposed burdens and things that you just no longer need to hold on to, that are keeping you from discovering a deeper connection with yourself or with your spirit guides. Then there may be definitely be some psychic mediums in this group or in this reading who can communicate with the dead, with the underworld realms. I'm looking at this Descent card in reverse. So you might have some higher and lower realm guides, protectors, ancestors. Oh, yeah, I'm getting that for some people, definitely. I'm also getting with this forgiveness card, though, that this might again be centered around the home or just different connections in one's life. With with the home card being up here in the healing oracle, but this could also be I'm really just getting this more so as forgiveness of oneself and for others, but more so for the sake of oneself. Like, even if you don't get an apology, like, just forgiving to be able to continue to move on, to continue to be able to discover different levels of yourself. Yeah, again, like I was saying in the beginning of the reading, with the way the burdens card keeps flying away, and kind of like I see the ant as being in hermit mode. I'm seeing it as the end of a hermit mode and dark night of the soul for some people, which is good, especially because I'm looking at this right here as like with the forgiveness and then discovery card. Afterward is the Ascent card, followed by connection and receptivity, and the Descent in reverse afterwards. So I'm seeing like this is coming out of that dark night of the soul, out of that hermit mode, now making that inner ascent, that outer ascent, that new journey. Like with the tens being out here, like starting a new journey with a deeper connection with oneself, but also with one's guides, whoever it is that they work with, God, the universe, angels, your ancestors. Like, this is your whole spirit team. Again, ancestors as well, working with you to help you make this ascent now. And all they're really asking is that you stay receptive and in tune with yourself and with them and with the universe around you. Make sure that you're taking time out to just stay connected with yourself, with them, definitely, with nature. With this Descent in reverse again, I'm feeling this as it is really time to come out of that hermit mode, out of that inner journey. Like, this is now time to really step out on that new path. This is taking one path within to find your center, and then in the process finding, I want to say, like a new path, more balanced and aligned within oneself, more energetically abundant. to allow you to have a new path of ascent, a new path of abundance, more joyful, a fruitful path with yourself and your guides and the people around you that you love, whoever it is that you have in your life. Your connections, I'm seeing, are blessed. Are blessed. This is higher vibration, like higher frequency. This is energetic, energetically being like they are outside of the earth. Like they are, this is like celestial. Like they are outside of the earth. This is beyond the, I want to say like, I don't know if 3D is the right word, like, but yeah, like this is 5D, energetically aligned connections, whether they're in the physical or not. Like whether they're in your life, this is also like finding and connecting more to soul tribe, getting people you could have past lives with. I'm seeing like the ancestors card there, the ancestors. Some of you could have indigenous roots. Yeah, especially with the immigration card being here too, which is the last card. So I'm seeing this hasn't been an easy journey for the people who are coming out of that hermit mode now, who are kind of on, I don't want to say break mode, rest mode, because it looks like you're about to, like, no, start another journey. So this is maybe coming out of that rest mode and now getting ready to be able to pick things up a little more, having more energy as well, being more rested to be able to tackle that next path or next goals, journey, whatever it is for you. Um, yeah, this is making the shift from holding on to old baggage, burdens, struggles, like emotions and stuff that may have been weighing one down, because it looks like a lot of stuff has been released, which is like that's the goal of hermit mode. You don't just want to be trapped in it for an unnecessary amount of time. Although hermit mode is necessary for some people, like that is some people's part of some people's spiritual path heavily, is to receive the information, the downloads. They have to be more more hermited. Doesn't mean you have to be isolated from the world or secluded or cut yourself off from everybody you love or anything like that. But it's just saying like having a much deeper connection with your spiritual team, with God, the universe, source in general, to allow for yourself to really be linked in and tapped into the communications that one receives when they are more of a hermetist. Like, is that the word I'm looking for? Like hermetic person? A hermit. Like when they're a hermit. Um, but I'm seeing with this immigration card again, this is whatever the duration of being in hermit mode was, of releasing some of those old black and white mindsets to allow for the newer version of you, or the more authentic version, more integrated, a more integrated version as well, though, but just a version of you that sees things from the growth, the wisdom, the new perspective that going into hermit mode has blessed you with, through the wisdom that doing the work to release and to learn lessons and to end out cycles that you no longer need to repeat, like taking that perspective and moving forward along your new path of ascent to newer connections, to some more aligning ones. This is seem like this is, you did the descent, like you took the descent, it being in reverse. Like this is kind of like mirror energy, like upside down. It's like you descended and have journeyed within yourself so much and integrated and balanced that walking into the descent popped up right side, or you right side up. It's kind of like I think it's from Dante's Inferno. I've never actually read it. I tried to watch the beginning of the anime one time and I stopped, like, I don't even think I got 5 minutes in. But I think what's said is like if you're walking through hell, keep going. And sometimes the inner work, the dark night of the soul can feel like that. I'm saying for some of you, you've walked through that dark night of the soul, walked through that hell to the deepest parts of yourself, to the point where you have popped out right side up, like fully integrated, balance between your light and your dark with I don't know if I properly show the cards, but balance between the light and the dark. Like this is walking through hell and you popped out right side up, integrated and balanced within yourself, now making the ascent in a more balanced and aligned way. Now making your journey forward in life, feeling more balanced within, feeling more confident within. Like you've mastered, and with the integration card here, 33. This is self mastery. This is mastering one's dark and one's light. This is standing in the authenticity of who one fully is, fully integrated. This was the journey into the darkness with nothing but your little lamp. You might not have even had the lamp at first. You found that light along the way within yourself. And through that process, being blessed by the divine with even more light, more wisdom. I want to say, like, applause, approval, like, congratulations from your own spirit team, from God, from the universe, from your guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever it is you work with. Like, this is them having been watching the whole time, and now that you have made the journey, this is them cheering you on as well. Like, this is them blessing you. This is, I feel like this is breaking bloodline, generational curses. This is your ancestors, descendants, the ones to come after you, celebrating in the spirit realm, because you've opened up a whole new timeline for them as well. Like, you have elevated your own bloodline. you have elevated your own bloodline. I don't know, reading this energy in the cards, like for the collective, like this, it leaves me kind of like lost for words. Like, this is, like, yo, beauty doesn't describe this type of energy. To elevate not just yourself, like, not just the people around you. This is the bloodline. This is ancestors who came before you, who lived through you. This is the descendants that come after you. Creating this is creating a higher vibrational energy for the bloodline, for your family. Seeing this as them living through you now as well. Smiling, happy, celebrating because you were receptive. You took the path within oneself to meet oneself eye to eye with oneself, with one's spirit team, like God, the universe, source, angels, whoever it is you work with. This is celebration. And the celebration card didn't come out here, but no, like this is celebration. And I'm getting, because also of the forgiveness process that has to go into it for yourself, like not just for the people around you, but for yourself to let go, because I feel like that's the part that is often overlooked, that easily holds us back. Is we're told to forgive others, but the forgiveness of self part is then where we get stuck at sometimes, where people can get stuck, where I've gotten stuck before at times, where it can be easier at times, it seems, for people in general to, I can't speak for everybody, I don't want to speak for everybody, but just to hold themselves back after, like, to be the most kind-hearted to anybody and everybody, but then, like, yo, the one little mess up that they have, like, will be the one thing that holds them back. And so to see this forgiveness card come out first, and then to have this burden card keep flying away, like, repeatedly, and to have the top row of this first row of healing oracle cards start with the 10 and then end with the 10, like, I'm seeing this as like an end to those cycles, and that's beautiful. Like, that's the point of going into hermit mode. That is like the dark night of the soul. It can't be avoided, but you don't want to keep repeating it for the same cycles. And this is signifying the end of that. And with that, y'all, I think I'm gonna leave you right there with it. Let you figure out where you fall in line with it, where your part of the story is. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, by all means, please. Do not make this your story if it's not, and accept parts of, like, struggle or something that you've already been through that you don't need to go through again, because it's not your story. Like, just take it where it resonates, and I wish you all the best. Like, this is great energy. This is, I think, a great spot to leave it at. So with that, I'm solely known. Love y'all. Stay blessed. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day or night wherever you are, and peace.